so again, today's class is about the feet, the ankles, and lower legs. So we're going to start by sitting back in the chair. I got to straighten out my stuff. All right, and kind of snuggle in for a bit. Depending on your chair height and your leg length, your feet may or may not be on the ground. So if your feet are on the ground, just let yourself notice the sensation of your feet. Good morning, Mickey. Good. Notice the sensation of your feet on the ground. If your feet are not touching the ground and they're kind of swinging, then just let the feet move around a little bit. And just notice. So we're going to focus a little bit more on the feet, the ankles, and moving up through the lower leg area. Good. Bring your attention into this moment. It's our time to kind of let everything drift away other than what's happening right now. Good. So take a few breaths here. Letting each inhale help fill you with a little more energy. And each exhale let you feel the weight of your feet onto the ground or just feeling your weight onto your chair. Good. So take 3 rounds. Inhale slowly, lengthening the spine. And exhale even more slowly, feeling grounding toward the ground. Good. Take 2 more at your own pace. Find your own rhythm of your breath. Good. As you're ready, come back to a natural breath. Gently open your eyes. Good. All right. And while we're sitting back in our chair, just notice the feet. So we're just going to take the right leg, extend it, point and flex. Feel the ankle get some movement. Good. And then rotate the ankle around. Good. Reverse direction. So this is the first time we're really kind of observing what kind of mobility and movement we have in our feet. Bring the right foot down and then take the left leg. And all you're doing is lifting it enough to point and flex the ankle. There's Lulu. Good. And then rotate the ankle around. I get hops and clicks when I do this first thing in the morning. Reverse. Good. Relax the leg down. Good. And then just lift your toes. Got a couple more people joining. Lift your toes away from the ground. And then bring your toes down and lift your heels. Just try that a couple times. And just letting the ankles get a little bit of movement this time with weight on there. All right. All right. And then let the feet relax. Good. While we're sitting back in the chair, let your arms come down by your sides, but make sure that your spine is long, even if you're sitting back in your chair. And let's just take a couple of swings. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. A few times. If you want to go bigger, feel free to come higher and further back. Checking in with the range of motion in your shoulders. Good. And maybe even letting the palms turn up and the palms turn down. Kind of just checking in with that range of motion. Good. Make some circles, drawing the shoulders up and down and back a few times, and then reverse. Whew, so I was saying this before class started that I haven't even had a chance to do any yoga myself this morning. So I'm feeling a little bit crunchy, so I'll be warming up just as you are. All right, come forward just enough that you can feel your feet on the ground. We're going to play with the idea of imagining that we have a towel on the ground and we're trying to scrunch it in with our toes. So imagine there's a towel on the ground and you're just trying to grab the towel with your toes and pull it in. Now, if that cramps your feet, then just kind of skip that, okay? And then go ahead and spread the toes out. Good, and then let the feet rest. So I'll demonstrate what that looks like. You don't need to grab a towel, I just want you to imagine it. So imagine, this is something they do in therapy. Imagine, and I've got a carpet, so I can't easily do it. You're grabbing those towels with your toe and just kind of scrunching it back. Good, and then let that go and spread the toes wide. Good, one more time. Even if you have shoes, all you're doing is kind of curling the toes under and feeling as if you could pull something towards you. Good, and then let the foot rest and then lift the toes, spread the toes wide. Good, and let's just go ahead and tap out the feet from there. Nice, all right, so awareness to the feet today. Okay, so as we're forward in our chair, let's start to warm up the hip by taking right leg off slightly to the right and then just do an in and out movement. Noticing how the hip is feeling here. Good. And then bring the foot down. Good, bring right leg back in and switch to left leg. So left leg moves to the left and then in and out. It helps, and I forgot to say this, if you lift up your heel and pivot on the ball of your foot, that might make it more, I don't know, smooth. You could try it with the foot down too. And then bring the left leg back in. All right, so to move through the spine, let's do right leg out again. Good, left hand, left shoulder. And then with an inhale, lift up through the elbow. And exhale, bring it down. Take that 2 more, inhale up. Finding a little side bend and exhale back down. 1 more, reach up nice and tall. And exhale down. Same elbow, bring the elbow across the body. Good, and then inhale as you open up and start to find a little bit of a twist here. So across the body, exhale. Inhale as you open. Take 2 more, go at your own pace. Good. Relax, take that elbow, circle it around a few times, warm up through the shoulder, and then reverse. Good. All right, relax the arm, bring the right leg back in. Starting to notice if that side feels different, this shoulder, this hip, okay? And it may not, just observe. Right, left leg out. Right hand, right shoulder. Inhale, lift up as you lean to the left, and exhale, bring it down. Good, take 2 more. Inhale, finding that side part of the body. Exhale. Again. And exhale. Cross it over in front, exhale. Inhale as you open it, maybe twist to your right. Exhale. Inhale. Take 2 more at your own pace. When you're ready, circle that right elbow around a few times. And reverse. Relax the arm, bring the leg back in. Let your body start to curl around a little bit, making some circles. Feel free to make it a little bit more snaky, kind of like if you're wiggling your torso, or just keep it straight, up to you. Few rounds of in one direction and then reverse the direction. By the way, I was in Indiana for 1 day. It was beautiful. Shipshewana, it's an Amish town. All right, come back to neutral. All right, so let's move through our cat-cow, but we're gonna try it a little bit differently. Try extending your legs out with your heels down and toes up. And again, if that doesn't work for you, just do natural feet down, okay? So heels down, toes up. Good. Inhale, shoulders back, chest lifts. Exhale, round and curl. Good. Take 3 more rounds on your own. choosing anything you want to do with your arms. Push, you can do cactus arms, you can do anything you want. Just feel that flexion and extension of your spine. Good. Coming back to neutral when you're ready. Bring your feet down. Let's take an inhale, reach up tall. Exhale with a big sigh. Find a forward fold. So hands on thighs or elbows to thighs, maybe hands to shins. Take a look at your feet. And again, kind of play around with lifting some toes off the ground and wiggling them a little bit. Just letting them, just kind of noticing how your toes are doing today. All right, slowly come out of your forward fold. Good. Do that one more time. Inhale, reach up tall. Lengthen as much as you can, lift your rib cage away from your pelvis. Inhale, and then a big sigh. Let it go. Good, and then find forward fold. Any variation, however far you want to come into that. And take a look at your toes again. Press down through your big toes. And then press down through the rest of the toes. So just play around with which toes can actually move off of the ground. I know it's not really exciting, but it's kind of interesting. All right, bringing the toes down, bring your hands back to your thighs, come back to upright. Nice job. All right, it's a good time for a water break, so let's do that, and then we'll move into the strap work. If you joined and don't have one handy, feel free to skip it or go grab a towel or a strap that will be long enough for you to hold around your foot. Really nice group today. I'm really happy to see everybody jumping in. So here's a quick check-in. How are you feeling so far? Thumbs up, thumbs down, an eh. Yeah, I'm one thumb up and one eh. I'm still kind of getting back into this mode. All right.
Eva?
Yes.
My picture's not on there because I don't know how to get it. I had to re-sign in with a new password to my phone, and it won't put my picture on. So I'm just letting you know, I'm not doing it on purpose. I can't get it.
It's okay. I will actually, you're right. It doesn't have it. It says that you have your video, but I don't see it. That's okay. As long as you see me, that's okay. So.
I do. Thank you. Thank you.
It's all right. And anybody who doesn't want to put their video on, it's fine. If there's a day you wake up and you're like, I'm not getting dressed and I'm not taking a shower, then I'm not going to comb my hair, then feel free to join without the video, okay? All right. So we're going to take our strap. And let's see, before we do that, let's just reach the right leg up. And notice how it feels simply to straighten out that right leg. Press the heel forward and draw your toes back towards your face. Just notice how the back of that leg all the way through the shin and the whole foot feels. Good. And then bring it down. And then we'll do other side. So left leg extends. Push out through the heel, draw the toes back. Noticing the back of the leg, the top of the leg, whatever you notice here. Good, and bend it down. All right, that's just for comparison so you can see how it feels. All right, now with the strap, we're gonna bring the middle of the strap along the ball of your foot. So right at the base of your toes. It's okay if you go into the arches, but for some people that causes cramps, so be careful. Stretch out the leg. Good, sit up so that your spine is long, shoulders are down and back. Good, notice how that feels. Your leg does not have to be high. We can keep the leg low. And let's play with the feet here. Can we point and flex, and just notice how that foot feels moving through that movement. So normally we do this work for the hamstrings, but this is gonna be a little more focus on what's happening through the ankle and the feet. Good. Now try to turn the sole of your foot in toward the center and then the sole of your foot out. So just kind of an eversion and inversion of your ankle. It's a weird thing, I know. But then if you want, you can take a few nice rockets, kicks, right? Noticing how that feels. There we go. When you're ready, bend the knee, release the strap, shake out the leg, shake out the foot, tap it out. All right. And let's go to the left side. So middle of the strap, follow the left foot. And again, don't feel like you have to extend the leg way out. You can just stretch it out in front of you because the focus here is the foot, not so much the leg. So once you get it there, play with point and flex with the strap gently pulling back. And then play with turning the sole of the foot in toward the center and then away. There's a little bit of mobility that happens in that ankle. And that ankle mobility and strength is what actually keeps us balanced, helps us with our walking and our balance. So just notice how that feels. And then as you're ready, you can come up a little higher. Do a little hamstring stretch, do your rockets, kick. Yeah. Why not? I notice if you try to take your leg up high, you gotta lean back. It's kind of hard to go high without that. All right, and then when you're ready, let that leg go, shake it out. Tap out the foot. Good. And then just observe if your feet feel any different than when we got started. It's kind of interesting. I have to do stuff for my feet and the back of my legs every day because that's what's keeping my feet able to go through my day. All right, we'll probably come back to this later, so feel free to set your strap aside. Okay, let's take a little twist to the right. Just let your body turn to the right, look over your right shoulder. Pause here, keep breathing. And then turn your head to the left. Turn your head to the right. Turn your head to the left. Unwind your twist, come back through center. Nice job, wiggle it out. Take a twist to the left, letting your hands rest toward the left side and your head turn to the left. Good, and then turn the head to the right. And to the left. And again to the right. Good. And unwinding your twist, come back to center. Good, release, wiggle it out. Oh, good, all right. Lift up through the left ear. Relax the left shoulder. And then we're gonna crunch the right shoulder up toward the right ear and then release down. Take that a couple times. Scrunching it in and then releasing. Good, and scrunch and release. Good, bring the head back to neutral. Good, and then let's go lifting the right ear up, right shoulder down, and then left shoulder up, scrunch and release. 2 more times. Scrunch and release. 1 more. Good, release, bring the head back to neutral. Good. Let's take and draw the chin back. And find some circles, drawing the letter O with our nose. Oof, my neck is really crunchy today. Oof, that's a big one. And then reverse and go the other direction. Come back to neutral. Nice job, everybody. All right, so we're gonna add to what we did earlier. Take the right leg to the right. The left leg can stay right where it is, or if you want to try extending the left leg, feel free, okay? So it's your choice. Left knee facing forward or left leg stretching out. Notice that if you stretch your leg out, your foot may or may not reach flatten on the ground, right? So you could have your toes facing forward or you could lift your heel or find something in between, okay? All right, so we're gonna find, so this is a good hip amount of hip stretch here. We're gonna find a little bit of foot movement here. So lift the heel of your right foot. And then bring the heel down and then lift the toes, like the whole foot, the whole front of your foot. All right, so heel and toe. All right, we're gonna add to this. So as the right heel comes up, we're gonna bring the right forearm to the thigh and left arm up. So you can keep your hand on your shoulder or reach up and over. Good. And then as we come out of that, bring the heel down, lift the toes, and then right arm comes up and over. So either hand to shoulder or up, arm stretched out, toes are lifted. Good, reverse, heel lifts, side bend to the right. Good. Toe lifts, and we find our peaceful warrior. Good, take 2 more. You can take an inhale on one side and exhale on the other, or you can breathe as much as you need to here. But imagining just the difference in how it feels just by what we do with our foot. Good, 1 more. Good, whew. And then let yourself come out, we're in warrior 2. Good, and then release the arms. Good, now spin so that you're facing your right side. And let the left knee point down or forward if it bothers your hip, your back, okay? So with the toes tucked on that left foot, notice that we're getting a stretch right across the whole sole of the foot. And you can do a little circling here using your heel to make a circle. And by the way, my right arm is holding onto the chair because I don't want to fall out of the chair today. All right, reverse the direction of that heel circle. I know this is a weird one. Good, and then we're going to step that forward, left foot forward, and left foot back. Left foot forward, left foot back. Good, 1 more, left foot forward, left foot back. Now, if you want to try it, try untucking the toes and placing the top of your foot. It may not feel good for your ankle, and if you have shoes on, it might be a bit much. But this is to kind of stretch the top of the foot instead. And then you can take that heel and kind of wiggle it side to side. All right. So this is really good for ankle flexibility as well. All right, now tuck the toes back. All right, and come back to center. Keep the feet wide. Shake out that one foot if it needs a little bit of love. Good. And as we come into our center stance with the legs wide, find your forward fold here. So maybe it's here, maybe it's lower, maybe your hands reach the ground. You choose what you want here. Breathe, explore movement, or just find stillness, your choice. As we're ready, start to roll back up or come up flat back, hands to thighs. Good. This is like our goddess pose, right? Yeah, this is our goddess pose. And I already feel a difference just on that one foot that we've been working on the most in that sequence. All right, release. Now spin, we're gonna keep the left leg to the side. The right leg can be forward or straighten out the right leg. Good. Notice that my foot is flat, but I have a lot of ankle stretching in that area. So if your foot's not flat, it's okay, all right? Now, with the left foot, we're gonna play with that. Lift the heel, lift the toe. Lift the heel, and notice that this involves the entire shin, calf area, as well as the ankle and the foot. All right, now, as the heel lifts, let's see, yes, left forearm to the thigh, right hand to the shoulder or up and over. Good. And then as we come out of that and the heel comes down, we can take that left arm either up here or up and over while the toe lifts on that left foot. Good, reverse, heel, side bend, and reverse, toe, with our peaceful warrior. Good, 2 more, go 2 more at your own pace. Feel free to stop when you need to. Good, I think that's enough. I lost count. All right, bring the foot down, arms out, palms down. This is our warrior two position. Feel the strength of this pose and all of the things that are working to hold the pose. Release. Good. Start to turn over to your left side. You will maybe use your left hand to hold onto the back of the chair. Let your right knee start to point down toward the ground and feel the openness across the front of that hip flexor. All right. With the toes tucked under, if you want to reach back a little bit more, you can. Or you can just keep it where the knee's pointing down. And then just take the heel and see if you can circle the heel around so that you get more movement through the ankle. I know this is kind of a subtle movement, so you might have to play with it a little bit and reverse the direction of the circle. Good. All right, and then if you want, take the top of the foot onto the ground and notice that. Again, it's not available to everyone, so notice if it feels okay in your foot or not. In a mat yoga class, we would be sitting down on the ground trying to sit on our heels. And I don't do that too much because of knee issues. So this is a good way to still get that mobility in your ankle. All right, tuck the toes again. All right, and then we're going to bring right foot forward and right foot back. Right foot forward, right foot back. A little bit of work through the hip. All right. Nice job. Unwind, come back to center. Legs are wide, toes are turned out a little bit. Once again, finding our goddess pose. Good. Maybe sun god pose, arms reaching up. Finding the length of your spine. Inhale and exhale. Find your forward fold. Maybe it's halfway, maybe it's all the way down, your choice. You can also play with where your hips are. You can curl the tailbone under like cat and tilt it up like cat. So kind of play with that, whatever your body's actually needing here. If you actually just like to hold the forward fold, it's fine too. Good. Take a couple more breaths, observing that breath expanding through the entire rib cage, especially into the back, and exhaling as you feel it all soften. We never want to lose sight of how the breathing is moving when we're moving through yoga. Good. Take a moment to make your way back up. Good. And then just heel your toe heel toe your feet so that your knees are forward. Good. So that's just a few things we can do with our feet that will give us a sensation of more attention in those feet. And I know I definitely feel more in my feet today than I normally do just because I'm paying attention to them. All right, one more option, scoot your right foot back. Your heel may come off the ground. So it's kind of like a little bit here, right? So right foot back and left foot forward, almost as if you were about to take a step. So we're going to pretend this is like warrior one, except that we're doing it in the chair. And then just take a little lean forward, spine is long. Hands can stay on thighs, belly draws in. Good. If you wanted to add to this, we could reach the arms forward or reach the arms up. This becomes a little bit of core work as well. And this is also like our warrior one position or chair position. Good. And then to release that, bring your hands back to your thighs, come back to upright. Good. And then just going to bring the feet back to even and do a little bit of Charleston, right? Notice how Charleston feels. So when we slide one foot back, what it does is it gives us a deeper stretch across the calf. But if it bothers your knees, then that's something you'd want to skip. All right, so left foot back, right foot forward. And in this case, my heel is not touching the ground. I really can't get it there. I'm not going to try to get it there. All right. I'm just turning it sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So spine is long. Half lean forward. Hands on thighs or arms reach out in front. Belly pulls back, rib cage pulls back. So we're using more of the core, maybe arms reach up. Use your back muscles as well. Notice what you're feeling here. Good. Release the hands. Come back to upright. Good. All right, bring your feet back to even. Now let's just stretch them out, shake them out. Play with that toes, the feet towards each other, like imagining the soles of your feet touching towards each other and then soles of your feet away. Just play with that. Good. So this ankle thing is really important for us. A lot of times our balance can be affected when our ankles aren't moving very well, or if we're not having, good strength in our ankles. All right, sit back in your chair for a moment. Let's take a drink of water. Feel free to stretch, lean back. I was in a town in Ohio called Maumee, which is close to Toledo. Maumee, M-A-U-M-E-E. And then we drove 2 hours west to a place in Indiana called Shipshewana, which is an Amish country. It was really fun. It was cool to see people driving around in carriages and, their normal, that's their lifestyle, Amish there. So it was really a lot of fun. All right. Okay, so how do the feet feel so far? Thumbs up, thumbs down, and Yeah, do they feel different? I feel mine feel different, feel more connected to the ground. They feel a little happier. All right, so from there, if you want to do some standing, we're going to come up to standing. If you don't want to stand, it's okay. Just do the upper body parts. Move around so that your chair is nearby, either in front of you or off to the side. Good. Take a few little steps in place and notice how your feet feel. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, so the feet can feel like, whoa, I haven't paid that much attention to me. And we abuse our feet sometimes too. All right. Good. And then as you hold on to your chair, lift the heels, lift the toes. If you don't need to hold on to your chair, great for you. All right. Lift the heels, lift the toes. Good. Next time, toes, heels lift, let your shoulders roll down and back, look up. Arch the back here. Good, and exhale, lift the toes. Good, and one more, let's inhale, find your upward salute. And exhale, this time, downward facing dog. So take a step back, keeping the knees bent, reaching back through your heels. Now, what happens here if you lift your toes? Do you feel the back of your body just a little bit more? And you can do this from a forward fold in your chair, like a half forward fold. All right, then look forward and step forward. Nice job. Okay. All right. So let's try the other things that we did when we were in our chair. Right foot forward, left foot back. Now, your foot may feel better to actually angle the left foot and bring the foot to the ground while the right knee bends. So it looks something like this, right? All right, so that's our warrior one. All right, so option of warrior, hands to hips, lean forward. Option to reach forward. Option to reach up, and keeping your arms in line with your spine. So in my case, I'm leaning forward. You could come up to upright if your back is okay with that. I'm going to keep mine leaning forward. Just notice the balance between feet and the ankles and the calves. Good, and as you're ready to come out of this pose, bring your hands to your hips and step the left foot forward. Good, march it out. All right. So we did the chair versions of the same poses. We're just trying the standing version. So anytime you want to, you just go back to the chair version. All right, this time left foot steps back. Right foot steps back, left foot's forward, left knee bends. All right, again, angle the foot if you need to. Feel the heel pressing down into the ground. This is really nice way to stretch out the sole of the foot and the calf as well. All right, so option, hands to hips, lean forward. Good. Next option, arms reach forward, palms facing in. And another option is arms reach up. And spine reaches up, your choice. I like it halfway forward just because my back likes that better. Notice the balance between your feet. Notice the core working. Notice whatever sensations that you find here. And your breath. As you're ready, bring your hands back to your hips and then step the back foot forward. Nice. And just do a little march, do a little dance, do a wiggle, whatever you need. All right. Maybe even swing it out. I like the swinging. Oh, that feels good. Swinging feels really good on the spine today. All right. One more variation that we just did, that we did first, is our warrior two. So this time take your feet wide. And if you feel like you might need help with your balance, bring your chair in front of you, okay? Or be behind your chair. All right. And then take your right foot and turn your toes out to the right. Bend the right knee. Good. So just as we were when we were in the chair, this is our warrior two. And then we could play around with lifting the heel of the right foot and then bringing the heel down and lifting the toe while the leg straightens. Good, so bend, lift the heel, bring the heel down, straighten the leg, lift the toe. Good, let's add to that. So as the right knee bends and the heel lifts, option to bring the right hand to the thigh and left hand up and over. It's a bit of a balance, so feel free to hold on with your right hand. Good, and then come back up. As the right hand leg straightens, right arm can come up and over, maybe the toes lift too. And it's fairly complicated, so don't worry if you're only doing a portion of it. Take two more. Heel up, side bend, toes up, peaceful warrior. Good, one more. This comes from Tai Chi, by the way. This is a Tai Chi movement. Good, and last one. Good, bring the foot down, bend the knee, we're back out to warrior two. Relax the arms, straighten the legs, turn your toes forward, wiggle out the hips. Good, it might feel good to take a little half forward fold with the knees bent a little, just to feel a little stretch or sensation across the back of the legs. Good, and come back to upright. All right. If you need to take a break from the wide leg position, just walk your feet in, do a little march, do a twist, do anything you'd like here. One of the yoga teachers I used to go to would make us dance. He'd make us do this. And he said there was really scientific stuff that says that it's good for us to dance and jump and bounce. You know, it's like flash dance, right? Flash dance. Why not? All right. Nikki knows who I'm talking about. All right. Take your feet wider to the second side. So now the left foot turns out to the left and the left knee bends. Good. This is our warrior two. All right. So to get the foot going, you can bring your hands to your hips and start lifting the toes of that left foot. And then bring the toes down and lift the heel. Good. All right. So now as the left toes lift, we can start to straighten the left leg and take the left arm up and over, either hand to shoulder or reach up and over into our peaceful warrior. And then as the foot comes down and that left heel lifts, we might find a side bend over to that left side. But take two more, go at your own pace. We're just gonna move through these and feel free to leave out the foot part if it's getting tiring, okay? It's a big movement that we're not necessarily used to. Good, as you're ready, come back to your warrior two. Nice job, everybody. Relax the arms, straighten the legs, turn the toes forward. Good. Little bend in the knees, hinge forward. I like to go just about halfway down, but if you decide you want to go hands to shins, hands to the ground, feel free. I just want to feel enough to get my back of my body stretched out here. Good. Bring your hands back to your hips when you're ready and slowly come up. Spine is straight. Good. Heel toe the feet together. Oh, give them a little break. Maybe march it, maybe circle step, maybe dance, whatever you need, okay? Yeah, go for it. I have one of my students that always wants to do John Travolta. You know, staying alive, right? He always wants to do John Travolta. Okay, I don't know why, he just loves it. It embarrasses his wife very, very much. So, okay, so now that our feet are pretty well, we've used our feet and our ankles quite a bit. Just notice how it feels to be on your feet and take a few steps. Just take a few steps and notice how it feels, foot to heel to toe. And then step it back. If you want to challenge, knee lifts as we take those walks. If you don't want to challenge, just do normal steps. Knee lifts. Good, and then lift as we go back. Good. Balance today. Just noticing how the feet feel. All right, let's make our way back to our chair, grab some water. Take a little break. So this episode of the video, I think, is going to be called Feet Love or Feet and Ankle Love or something like that. If anybody wants the video and you don't normally get them, just let me know. Send me an email or something. I think most of you are on my list to get videos. Quick question, how many of you actually did yoga while I was on vacation? No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to put you on the spot. Oh, wow. That's more than I thought. Cool. I find I had to do yoga every day before we got going because we were doing so much stuff that I was stiff. And my sister-in-law has stairs in her house. We're up on the second floor and I'm not used to that. So my calves are really sore, up and down, up and down, up and down. All right, whew. Now that we've made it back to our chair, give yourself a little rest, maybe a forward fold, maybe a back bend if you like leaning back better. So you can try both of those. Notice how it feels. If you want to move the neck around, you can move the neck around. Okay. Nice job, everybody. Okay. Moving to just a nice hip stretch. We're just going to take the right ankle over the left ankle, our pigeon pose. Some of you already know that you like to bring the ankle to the thigh. If you want to do that, feel free. Okay. And if that's not for your hips today, just keep the ankle in front and just kind of find a little wing on that right side. All right. Now our focus has been on the feet. So wiggle your toes. You can use your hands if you want to get a little bit of movement through that ankle. Good thing is you're all in your own home, so we don't have to worry about each other's feet, right? All right. Some people even interlace their fingers in between each toe and then do a little massage here. I just think it's wonderful to notice these ankles, they do so much for us, right? And that if you can really pay attention to our feet all the way up through the ankles and the calves, it's really so helpful. All right, if you want to come into a forward fold from here, you can. If you're enjoying just right where you are, feel free. Finding your seated pigeon. You can keep it still. You can rock side to side. You can do a little cat and cow movement here. rounding the spine and then arching the spine. You can play with this. There aren't any rules other than to breathe and to honor your body. Good. As you're ready, come back to upright. Good. Uncross the leg, send it off to the right, shake it out a little bit. Good. And since I talked about John Travolta, we'll extend the right leg, lift the left arm. Yeah, staying alive, and maybe do that John Travolta point. Yeah. Why not? All right. Good. Bring it back to center. Nice job. Okay. Second side, left ankle over right ankle, forming a wing with the left leg. Or left ankle to right thigh. If your hips allow that, if your knees allow it. So feel free, to adjust it as you need to. I've mentioned in this class that if it doesn't feel right for you, you can skip it or you can modify it by bringing your foot up, about here instead, okay? All right, and then find some movement with that ankle. Move it around, circle it, point and flex. Get your toes wiggling. You can even, if your toes don't wiggle well on their own, you can wiggle them with your fingers, right? So give your feet some love today. In the summertime, a lot of us go around in sandals all the time, and it's really important that we take care of our feet. And even if we should hopefully wear the right footwear, but if we don't, we just really need to pay attention to the feet. All right, and then as you find where your foot wants to be, if you want to take a forward fold, feel free to hinge at your hips and come forward. Move slowly, notice where you're feeling it. Either finding a place where it feels good to be still for a few breaths, or to rock and move around a lot. You're welcome to side to side, make a little cat and cow movement. Good. And as you're ready to come out of this pose, simply bring your hands to your thighs, come back to upright. And stretch out that left leg, shake it out. We'd like to find that long extension, leg out to the side. You could even try toe up instead. Good, and take that right arm, reach it up. Oh, find this nice big stretch. Good, and do your John Travolta. Yeah, Saturday Night Fever. Good. All right, and releasing, bring the leg forward. Nice job. Good. Moving through other parts of the body. We've moved through a lot of lower body stuff today. So the upper body could use a little bit of movement, rolling shoulders up and back and down a few times. Maybe taking those arms and reaching back. Good, lifting your chest, looking up. Good, and then rounding as we give ourselves a hug. Chin to chest. Good. Noticing how this feels. Notice switch your arms on top. Yep, you can do the shark bites. You can do anything you want with your elbows. Good. And then reaching those arms out again, reaching back, looking up or not. Depends on how your neck feels. Good. And then finding that hug as we take the opposite arm on top. Again, any variation that you did with your arms, shoulders, any of those movements. Good. Inhaling, opening up again, just lifting your heart up toward the sky. Good. And then let that go. Oh, nice job. I notice that sometimes when I work through my shoulders a lot, that my neck needs a little bit of movement. So feel free to take your neck circles again. As you come back to center, good, let's clasp the hands together, make a little bit of figure 8. Let me see if the wrists feel okay. And then clasp the hands, press the palms forward. See how the wrists feel. Good. Maybe arms come up. Maybe we take a little wiggle right and left. And I say maybe because I want you to kind of find your own things. If it feels better to do something else, feel free. All right, and then release the arms down. Good. Clasp your hands, opposite hand. So if you normally lead with the right, try to lead with the left and vice versa. And we'll again find that figure 8 shape. Maybe there's a reverse to that, I don't know. Good, and then pressing the palms forward. Good. All right, maybe we do a little twist. Twist. Good. All right, and reaching those arms up or out when you're ready and release down. Maybe if you'd like, you can hold the back of your chair. Shoulders go down and back. You might have to scoot forward in your chair. Just lean forward and feel the shoulders get a nice big stretch. Bring your chin down to your chest so that you can stretch the back of your neck. And then just let the chin go right and left. Good. Releasing the arms and back to upright. Take some circles through the wrists. And reverse. Make some fists. Good. And let's do circles from there. And reverse. Good. And then making claws with your hands. Inhaling, reach back. Exhale, you know there's a big roar. Roar. Good, let's do 2 more. Inhale, you can be as loud as you want. You're in your own home. Roar. Last one. Yeah, stick out your tongue. Ah. Lion's roar. Good job. Shake out your hands. Good. So it's a morning class, so I want us to have pretty good energy the rest of the day. Even though we still end in relaxation, I want everybody to have good energy the rest of the day. So give yourself a minute to do anything else you need. If there's a pose we didn't get to or something you want to repeat, this is the time to do it. You can do a forward fold. You can sit back in your chair. You can find a twist. You can scratch your ankles from mosquito bites like I'm doing. I just got mosquito bites from sitting out at the lake. All right. So good to be with you all this morning. It's a good way to get back into my week after coming back from vacation. If you're ready for our Shavasana or final relaxation, just sit back in your chair. Let's start to find any part of the body that needs release. Start with the feet and let the feet feel very relaxed down to the ground. Good. Let the ankles and the calves and the knees start to soften. Feel the thighs and your hips and your glutes start to soften. Letting go of effort. Maybe let the back rest against the chair. And place your hands wherever it allows your arms to be comfortable. Shoulders are gently releasing down away from the neck. Letting the arms be comfortable and the hands be at their natural curve. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale with a big sigh. As we continue the relaxation up through the face, let your lips and cheeks become softer. Separate the teeth. Soften the space between your eyebrows. Soften the corners of your eyes. And let your whole forehead relax up to the crown of your head. The back of your head. And with everything in the state of release, allow yourself just to rest your brain here too. Mind, body, and soul. come together in Shavasana. And I'm going to be quiet for a few more breaths and simply allow you to enjoy this time. Very gently allow your awareness to come back to the moment. Observing how you're feeling, observing how you're breathing, and giving special notice to your feet, your ankles, and your lower legs, and just observing any sensations you feel there. Invite a little bit of movement, maybe wiggling your toes, fingers. Maybe let the head rock side to side or make some small circles. Bringing ourselves out of our relaxation, but with the amount of energy we want, we can simply just take a deeper breath and stretch out big. Never in a hurry to rush off to anything, simply enjoying this time that we've set aside for ourselves. Open your eyes as you're ready, blinking them open. Take one more deep breath in through the nose. Let it go with a sigh. Good. Turn your palms up to acknowledge life and everything that we're grateful for today. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Take a little bow to yourself and say thank you for participating, body, especially my feet, my ankles, all the way up through the whole body. I want to thank you so much for sharing your morning with me. May you have a beautiful day. May you stay cool and joyful. May your feet take you where you want to go. Namaste. Thanks, everybody.